I rush off, holding tight to Kuya. Behind me, I can hear the thundering hoofbeats of the razorback, but it's losing blood now, and can't keep track of us so easily. Ooh, Bailey's and eggnog, very nice choice. Eventually the sound dies down, fading into nothing. We lost it. We're safe. I'm not sure how long I've been running, but when we break out into a small, silent clearing, I finally feel like we can stop. Carefully, I set Kuya down and double over to catch my breath. Rosemary, that was so cool. What? Cool? Really? Thank you for saving me. I'm sorry I didn't do much. I told you, you couldn't have done much more than I did, and it's my job to watch your back. Besides, we only barely escaped, and we'll have to be careful not to run into that thing again. An angry, half-blind razorback with a grudge is bad news. But you're very welcome, Your Magnificence. This is the Beast King. How is this boy? Do we like this boy? This boy's growing on me. Jen, you missed him naked. Like he was covering his junks, but he was like super naked. We decide to make camp in a cave nearby since we're both pretty wiped out. For once in his life, Kuya's pretty quiet. He seems eager to help set up, too. It's weird, but not unwelcome. I settle down for dinner by the fire. I have some hard bread and jerky in my pack. Kuya doesn't have anything. He must be hungry. Your Magnificence, you can have some of my food if you want. He was embarrassed naked. We caught him bathing in the stream. The great hunters of Moonforest say the only proper way to feast is to kill the strongest animal you can find and devour its flesh right then and there. If the blood's still hot, it joins with yours and you can feel the very heart of the beast pound in your veins. I'm pretty sure that's not how eating works, but if those are his ways, who am I to argue? I shrug and settle down to eat. I can't help but notice Kuya staring at my meal, though. I can even hear his stomach growl. Although I suppose you outsiders consider it rude to refuse to share meals, that's why you're looking at me like that, isn't it? I'm not looking at you? If you insist, I suppose I could break tradition just this once. He grabs a piece of hard bread from my pack and devours it. He could have just said he wanted to share. Whatever you say, Your Mightiness. You know, Rosemary, I've been thinking. I don't think you should have to call me by those titles anymore. I mean, it's silly, isn't it? Oh, really? Why the sudden change of heart? It's not a change of heart. It's just... In Moonforest, when two hunters slay beasts together, they become brothers. That's the rule. It's not proper for one brother to consider himself superior to another, so we slay the beast together. You're my brother, I had a sister now. Anyway, we're equals. Look at his little stupid, like, big eyes. Little, like, you see me? You see me with big eyes. That scooch. Yeah. I think your definition of slaying a beast must be pretty liberal. But okay, that works for me. Shall I call you Prince Kuya now? No, just Kuya. I mean, if you don't mind. Okay, Kuya. He finishes his bread in silence, hardly even looking at me. It's not like he's ignoring me, though. More like he's suddenly shy. Now he's ready. But why would he be so timid all of a sudden? I just can't figure this guy out. Rosemary, do you remember how you were telling me about how you had to fight a dire bear once? I'd like to hear the rest of the story, if you don't mind. Really? I mean, I guess I could, but why would you want to know that? You were right. It's not a very interesting story. I never even fought the dire bear. Please, tell me anyway? Okay, let's see. There was this dire bear, you know that already. Anyway, it was hanging around the edge of a small village and scaring this one guy's herd of goats. But because it hadn't actually done anything, we thought it was a shame to kill it. So instead, the goat herd's wife made me this hat that made me look like I had goat horns. It was pretty silly. I went to the woods and started making these goat noises, you know, bleating, and the dire bear followed the sound into the woods. I managed to lead it far enough away that it never bothered the goats again. But the goat herd and his wife thought it was hilarious. They laughed and laughed at me, calling me stuff like Lady Bleats a lot. They gave me plenty of cheese to take with me when I left, so I guess they were alright. When I finished the story, I cringed a little. Definitely a you had to be there thing. But to my surprise, ha ha ha, that's absolutely without a doubt the funniest story I've ever heard. Rosemary, you're incredible. A great fighter and a marvelous storyteller. Is there anything you can't do? Ha 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 ha. Well, you know, a little thick there, isn't he? I'm starting to get freaked out. What is this guy's angle? I'll have to keep my wits about me in case he tries anything. I didn't think it was that funny, but thank you, I guess. KUYA finally stops laughing after a few minutes and wipes tears out of his eyes. Then he just stares at me with his big puppy dog eyes for what feels like way too long. You know, your hair is very pretty in the firelight. Nick's laugh for him. You're welcome. Okay, time to change the subject. Thanks. So, what about you? What about me? Well, you've told plenty of stories about, like, killing monsters and great hunts and destroying enemy armies and stuff like. But that can't be all you do, right? I mean, what's your day-to-day life like? She wants him to try something. She always does. Tell me about Moon Forest. It's pretty much a mystery to me. Oh, that. Well, to my surprise, he seems reluctant to talk about it. Maybe because he's been lying. Moon Forest is small, smaller than most kingdoms. I'm told all the families are familiar with each other, even the royal family, for better or worse. It's thick with trees and in constant twilight, even in daytime. No one knows why. It might be some kind of ancient magic baked deep into the land. So it's always dark outside? Forever? Sounds beautiful like you. Or it sounds terrible like you. That's just Nick's laugh. Rude, Jen. Rude. This is pretty cute. I'm just gonna tweet that we did end up starting the game while you guys deliberate. Sounds beautiful. Let's all be pale AF. This guy just needs affection. Yeah. It is. Oh, sorry. It is very beautiful. I'm glad you think so. Oh, why's that? Nothing. Never mind. His voice, wistful and lonely, drifts off with those words. I wait for him to continue, but he doesn't. For a moment, there's only the sound of the crackling fire. Why in the world is he acting this way? It really isn't like him. Sounds like you love it there. Parts of it are nice, yes. The trees are much larger in Moon Forest. They're purple and reach further into the sky than you can see, fading into mist. Shadows seem to fold around them like blankets. And there's the silver grass that comes up to your knees, soft as feathers and always full of fireflies. Those are the parts I like. Huh? Are you maybe a little homesick? What? Absolutely not. I'm not a child, you know. Are you sure? Because you say that a lot. Also, it's not childish to miss your home. I think about the farm a lot. I mean, I'm happy to be out here doing what I'm doing, but it's natural to miss the place you grew up in, right? I guess so, but I don't always miss the people. My siblings, they're all older than me, and oh, that's why he's always like, I'm not a child. And I'm an adult, but I'll always be the little brother to them. Well, that's hard to believe. Nothing about you is little. I know, because I saw it all. I think you're the scariest looking guy I've ever met. In a good way, of course. You really mean that? Totally. And you're a legendary hunter prince anyway. If you start to get down on yourself, just remember all your awesomely heroic feats and stuff. Right. My heroic feats. Rosemary, can I ask you something? Something personal? His voice is low. Oh, something personal? Soft and barely audible. I've never heard him talk like this before. Sure, KUYA. Anything, I guess. Do you have a boyfriend? Wow. Wow. What? Where did this come from? Nothing. Never mind. Forget it. Didn't say anything. KUYA, wait, I didn't... You just caught me off guard is all. No, shut up. That's enough. We're not talking about this. KUYA, are you crying a little? A great hunter prince of Blue Forest does not cry? How do you even ask me that? Who do you think you are? I'm pretty sure I saw tears in his eyes, though. You're just a lily outsider. You know nothing. Nothing at all. Calm down. I didn't mean to... Enough. Go to sleep. That's an order. We got a long day ahead of us, right? So, like, I won't have you keeping me awake for any more nonsense. Good night. And with that, KUYA flops down dramatically and pulls his blanket up over his head, like a child. Within seconds, he's snoring way too loud for it to be real. To be honest, I have no idea what to think. He's obviously not going to say anything else tonight. I lie down, but I'm too surprised and bewildered to fall asleep right away. I stare at KUYA as he sleeps beside me, wondering exactly what's going on in his head. If he'd just let me answer him, I'd have told him I don't have a boyfriend. I guess that means he doesn't have anyone either. In spite of myself, I still can't help but think how good he looked today. I'd be crazy to think about KUYA that way, right? Even if he wasn't so annoying, he'd still be from a totally different world. Girl, you banged a dragon. We'll be good. Then again, when I saw how hot he was, I wished he'd be nicer to me too. After we fought the Razorback, he was nicer for a little while. Isn't that exactly what I'd been hoping for? I do eventually drift off to sleep. And when I wake the next morning, I feel strangely cheerful. Maybe now that we've both had some time to sleep on it, he's calmed down. I roll over to ask him if he was really serious about the whole boyfriend thing, but his blanket lies flat on the earth and KUYA's gone. Maybe he got up to get breakfast or tried to do something stupid like take an ice bath again, but right away it feels wrong to me. I stand up suddenly wide awake and grab my sword. Outside of camp there are signs of a struggle and my heart grows cold. Claw marks on the trees, scuffled footprints in the snow. It looks like KUYA was dragged away. But KUYA's a huge and powerful hunter prince, right? What could possibly be strong enough to have done this to him? I know it doesn't make much sense. My first thought is the Razorback, but that can't be. How could a giant, half-blind boar have found us and dragged KUYA away all without waking me up? What else could it have been, though? Is there some monster on this mountain that we didn't even know about? Something powerful and crafty that neither of us could have seen coming? It doesn't matter now. No matter what horrible creature did this, my job is still the same. I've got to save KUYA. I head out, not bothering to pack up our camp. Luckily, the monster and KUYA had left a pretty clear trail, and in the fresh morning light, it isn't hard to keep track. I follow the gashes in the trees and the signs of struggle. I do my best to stay positive, despite the sinking feeling in my stomach. It's good that there's a trail at all, right? And no blood so far. I keep walking for about an hour without finding anything. I'm getting really worried, until suddenly far ahead, I see a very familiar figure, shrouded in morning mist. Broad shoulders, horns, flowing hair. It's KUYA, it has to be. My heart leaps. I run as fast as I can toward the figure. I'd give anything to hear KUYA's voice again, even if he was just calling me inferior. As I draw closer, I realize it's not KUYA. Now I'm more confused than ever. The person is still a moon forester for sure, but who is this? What's going on? Oh, hello there. You must be Rosemary, yes. You're not KUYA. No, and thank the goddess for that. You're KUYA's babysitter, are you not? I'm Princess Karo. I'm terribly sorry for my little brother's appalling behavior. Little brother? That's right. KUYA's 5 older siblings, doesn't he? I'm sorry, Princess Karo. I'm not a babysitter. I'm a knight, sort of. I was here to help guide KUYA to Starlight City, but he's gone missing. Oh, I know all about what little KUYA's been up to. Shameful, isn't it? At least you're calling him by his actual name. He didn't make you to refer to him as his awesome lordship of holy greatness or anything ridiculous like that, did he? We should probably, like, not embarrass Bae? Like, super no, yeah. Poor Bay.